guys, welcome to my channel. I'm your girl Amber and I'm so thankful that you're here. I've had a lot of requests from you girls about doing a video for over 50. I hear you loud and clear, but I don't have that skin yet and I'm not applying my makeup like that yet. But I am very, very open to learning and just being available for the concept. I'm here for it and I'm ready to embrace this for you. I'm so excited to dive in. I have a lot of tips and advice for you alongside of just the basic of getting started, and then you can play off of that. But today, this is the look that we're going to achieve, and you might be thinking, is it different than your typical routine? It is all different than my typical routine. Let me just be clear on that. I had to keep to my notes, or else I was going to fall off and go back to Amber's routine, okay? So I am really staying with you today on this. Get your makeup bag out with me. Honestly, I love to tell you that. Sometimes you like to watch the video and then come back and do your makeup with me. But do your makeup with me today. Pause, start. Let's get through this. I am so excited for us to embrace this together. Well, anyways, welcome, subscribe, have fun here. If you like the concept of the video, if this was any help whatsoever, always give the video a thumbs up. That allows YouTube to know how the video is performing and that you loved it, and they'll be able to recommend this to other viewers as well. And then leave a comment for me. I want to hear from you. I want to connect with you more. But subscribe also. That'll keep you here on my channel. It costs $0 to hit that subscribe button and stay and hang out so you don't miss another upload. So when I do put new videos here on my channel, you are aware and you're always connected. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. I can't wait. There's lots of things we want to avoid. Watching a lot of videos for 50 plus, which is kind of unusual for me, but it's kind of been really awesome and fun because I'm learning a lot. I like to learn a lot of things when it comes to beauty. I'm open to it. I don't know everything, but I know a lot. So anyways, we're gonna get into it. So the first thing you wanna do, get this hair out of your face. Cute little band. It's just adorbs. I feel like the, who is she? The Statue of Liberty. She's beautiful. I feel like her today, just in nude and brown. Yeah, anyways, it's a whole vibe. The main things you really want to focus on is skin prep. Like, we're gonna go from start to finish. And we're gonna really follow these steps. It's really gonna be super helpful. And I really wanna know from you too in the comments, did this help you? Because you're not 20, 30, 40 anymore. You don't do your makeup as you used to. You want to break the habits. So if you have been doing your makeup, same application, you've not evolved with your age, then you definitely want to make sure that you're doing that, because your face, your skin is not the same. And the maturity of your makeup definitely changes as well. We're gonna go ahead and start off with skin prep. I have washed my face this morning. I actually washed and cleansed my skin with the Tula cleanser, which I love. It's in my bathroom. I don't have that out right now with me. But I do want to show you this. After I do cleanse my face, I go in with the Ordinary brand. I have looked all over the web. There's a lot of skincare that are really, really great for age fighting and that are made for 50 plus. But Ordinary, like, the more I read and the more that they kept popping up, is that they really target 50 plus. So I was very shocked by that. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. But that's cool because they're so affordable. That's one thing about this brand that I've really been happy with, is that the affordability. So anyways, I start with the Ordinary, which is the squalene, 100% squalene. It is very good. Squalene is not a made up ingredient, which aka my friends think. They're like, are you making up ingredients? That sounds strange. Squalene actually is an ingredient that allows your skin to naturally produce moisture and a healthy moisture balance. So taking this on your hands, patting it in and patting it all around your face and neck and décolleté really is going to help your skin produce more healthy moisture balance. Then you want to go in with a moisturizer. Today, by choice, I'm grabbing the Ordinary moisturizer. Again, I've already hydrated my skin, but this one is a great one, and it's also very affordable. When I mean affordable, I'm like $13 affordable for that oil and this moisturizer. It's impeccable. You can't touch the price. So this is really, really amazing. I love this. Even if you're younger tuning into this video, this is also very good for your skin. So don't just dismiss that. It's really good for young skin as well. This is a wonderful thing. So for mature skin, you really, really want to do skin prep. Don't miss that. That might have to be another video where we just talk about skincare in general as a whole for women, men, children. My kids are on a really, really intense skincare regimen. And I say intense, but because most kids are not on a skincare regimen. So cleansing, moisturizing, gently exfoliating as needed, salicylic acid when breakouts occur, things of that nature. But for mature skin, hydration is actually the most important thing. Okay, the next thing that we're going to talk about is lip moisturizer. So we're going to go in today. I'm going to use a lot of high end and low end. What I mean by that is high end is like it might cost anywhere between, I don't know, $10 to $50 for the product. I don't know. So it just depends. Some high ends are really pretty good price point, but low ends are typically 20 and under. So I'm going to use a little variation of both. You can choose the skincare and the cosmetics that you prefer to use. You can watch a lot of other videos here on my channel, and I'll reference a lot of different cosmetics and really just focus in on what makes you happy. So anyways, we're just going to talk about application today, but I am going to go ahead in with the Tatcha lip. I love this. As you can see, we're almost gone. I am obsessed. I've had it for a while though, so it does last a good bit. You don't need much, and you just want to take your fingers and you want to just keep it on your lip. That's the biggest thing. The next thing that we're going to go ahead in and do is our brows. We are going to, is there a fuzz there? Maybe there was. We're going to go in with our brows, and this is definitely newer for me, but I am acting as if I am 50 plus, guys. So we're going to go in now, and you're going to take a powder and a brush. So we're going to go in with multiple products here. A powder, which can be a loose powder, go in with a makeup eyeshadow brush, and then a brush comb. We're gonna comb through the brows a little bit just to make sure there's no excess of anything sitting in the brows, dead skin or anything like that, fuzz. Take this brush and your powder, tap it a little bit, and then you're going to just tap it on your brows, and you're just going to brush back and forth through your eyebrows. What this is going to do is it's actually going to take all the oil out of your brows. So then when you're ready for your brow pencil can actually perform its best as well, because it's not sitting on a silky canvas. It's sitting on more of a matte finish canvas. And you can go back in with your brow brush and just comb those brows through just to make sure you don't have anything sitting in there. I'm always referencing my list because I don't want to go out of order from what I like to do. But with our skin prep, we want to wait 20 to 30 minutes before applying any other cosmetics. That is really, really important. You want to give your skin time to dry down, to absorb the products so it can really look its best. And the products will look better on the outward part of your skin, right? So when it comes to anything, you don't want it to be too, like, I want to use the word slimy, but that's not the best way to describe it. But it's just too movable, and that's not what we want. Well, my skin prep has been on for several hours as I've been doing my morning routine and errands this morning and school drop off. So I'm going to go ahead and go right into it. We've waited, but if you're home and you're waiting until the afternoon or evening to do your makeup, go ahead, do your skin prep, give yourself 20 to 30 minutes before applying foundation, primer, and foundation. So we're going to go in with Fenty Beauty. I love, love, love her foundation primer so much. There's a soft silk, there's a soft matte, and there's a third one. Test them all out in the store and see which one you prefer the best, or just grab up your foundation primer of choice. but we're gonna go ahead and use this. It's very creamy. You don't need much. That's why I put it on the back of my hand so I can be the judge of how much, but you wanna really get your nose, T-zone area really well right in these 4 areas. And then the rest is not gonna be used. So it's probably, that's kind of sad. But we're just gonna use these areas here, and then we're going to move them with our fingers in an outward motion. Most of our foundation and product is gonna be targeting the center of the face, and then we blend in an outward motion. So we're gonna go ahead and just start here. And again, less is more, and if you have to go back with more, I knew already I was not gonna have to go back with more, but we're gonna focus on the T-zone for sure. That just sit. I've not touched my brows again. I've let them really sit. So we're gonna wait a few minutes again to do those. I wanna make sure they are dried down, and we might use a little bit more powder as well, and just let that soak in. I have a handy dandy, one of my girlfriends, Tammy, got me this last year. She is darling, and I'm gonna go ahead and use this here, and we're gonna fan the face. And that's dried down. That feels really nice on the skin. You don't want anything, you want to avoid a lot of mattes and mattes and mattes. You want everything to naturally be illuminating, but not illuminating. So avoid the extra illuminating products and get the illumination from your skin prep and your skincare regimen. Your skin will naturally bring out a really beautiful glow if you focus in on that. But if you buy all the foundations and primers and everything like that that's like luminous, 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 and you're just trying to create that luminous look, I want you to really go back and just avoid that and do your best with the skin prep. Let your skin just really naturally be radiant on its own, but focus in on products that are really skincare oriented when it comes to the product itself. So that leads me into the next foundation of choice. Now again, I am very biased on this. I have been loving this, and it gives great results. So gets a lot of wonderful reviews as well. But this is House Labs. They have over 20 skincare ingredients in the foundation. Let it speak for itself, test it and try it, and then you'll find out. But I'm loving it. There's many foundations in the running though that I'm a fan of, but I'm loving this one a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and pump this on the back of the hand. I'm just gonna do 2 pumps of that. You can see how it's very, very movable. I would highly recommend using a foundation brush. I have 2 here to choose from. They're both wonderful, but you want something that's gonna allow some movement on your skin and for the foundation to really stay in place. So we're gonna go in today. I'm gonna just wipe the top of that brush off. I think there was stuff on it. We're gonna go in and I'm just gonna pat a little bit of this up, and we're gonna take it right in the inside parts of the cheek, same like I did the primer. In here, and then we're going to just melt these products together and let them marry one another. So we're gonna marry this in here, same here and here, just let them meet, and then whatever's left, we'll take it towards the hairline. What ends up happening when you are 50 plus, your hair can tend to be a lot lighter. You've either gone all gray, you're either just bleaching your hair is naturally blonde, or maybe you're so dyeing your hair and your hair is as dark as mine. I'm not sure, but what I have noticed and read, and a lot of women in that age group notice, is that the foundation gets stuck in the hairline. So we want to really avoid the hairline as much as possible. So we're just going to take this brush and really get a good even layer all the way around the face. Very nice. Love that a lot. It's very even. It's soft. It's not too much. It's just the perfect amount of foundation. You don't want to go in with too much. It's going to look way too heavy, way too thick, and way too made up. We want your face to look very natural and beautiful and effortless, but still really put together. The next thing that we're going to go ahead in and do is concealer. I have 2 concealers that we're going to do. Now, I love the House Labs concealer. It's absolutely stunning, but I use this one more for like like problem areas because of my skin. So, and I have this one in a darker shade. It's a great formula though. I highly recommend it. But today, just because for this video, I really wanted to lean into more high-end and some more low-end products. So we're gonna go, I had a fuzz on my nose. We're gonna go ahead in with the e.l.f. concealer. I have really been happy with this concealer performance. It's really nice. But we're gonna go in, and the key thing is not going too close underneath your eyes. Having clients in my chair, I'm a retired makeup artist, so I've had many women, many age groups in my chair. And the main thing is the crepiness under the eye. Every woman will ask you, how do you take a concealer from not sinking in the fine lines? And to be honest, the best and the right answer is it's going to happen. It's hard to avoid. There are formulas that are better than others, but it's definitely hard to avoid. So what we're gonna do is just take a tiny bit right here in the inner corner of the nose. It's not too far in, okay? Another great thing you can do instead of doing a piece like that is you can actually pat it under your eye, just like so, and just do a couple little dots. And the best thing that I have always heard at this age is using your fingers. Fingers are your best friends and your tools. Now my fingernails are a little bit longer, so it's a little bit harder, but we're gonna go in today and we're gonna use our fingers. So we're just gonna pat it underneath. You can see how I'm not too close underneath my eye. I'm still having a little bit of space, because if you get too close to that lash line under there, it can start to look a little bit too crepey. So you want to definitely avoid that and be careful at all costs. That concealer really does the job. Anything left over on your hand, go ahead and take it right down the side of the nose. Thin out your nose just a little bit on the side, and then continue to blend out if you need to, and make sure that we don't have too harsh of a stopping point for the eyes. But so far so good. I like it. Very nice. Okay, now what we want to do is to go ahead and take a powder. So I have two brushes to pick from. This one we're going to use for our contour, because today we are going to do some contouring as well. Just because you're 50 or older does not mean that you cannot do anything that's like contouring and highlighting and things like that. There's just nicer ways to go about it. So we are going to use a brush that's a little bit more fluffier, has a lot of movement here, and this is going to be how we set our under eyes. So I'm going to go in with a powder that is actually not loose. That way it's not as messy. So we're going to go in right here with this powder and just kind of dust it in. This is Charlotte Tilbury. I love the brand for sure, but I've really loved this one in the case. I'm a big fan of that. But you can see some of the powder here. You're just going to take it underneath the eye, and we're just going to pat it in. That way it's not too heavy underneath the eye. Any heavy powder under the eye area is going to really show all the lines. It dries you out as well. This one I've noticed, it does not dry you out. It just does what it does. It sets it, and it's really pretty, and it doesn't change the color of anything under your eye. It just brightens you up, and it looks really nice. And before you apply eyeshadow on your eye, you definitely want to prime your eyelids. Don't avoid doing that. It is one of the biggest mistakes. So I love the MAC paint pot. This is a high-end product, but man, does it last a long time. It's very pretty for the container and the packaging, but the product itself is like butter. I'm obsessed. You can see a little bit on my fingertips, and I'm just going to take a little bit on each lid. Now we don't need a lot. Now that is one thing that we're not going to do. We're not going to do a ton of shadow. We definitely want everything to look very nice and clean and beautiful and effortless, but we don't need that much shadow. This as well acts as if it's a shadow, but it also is a primer. So just pat it all over the eye. Your finger also is so much more forgiving, and it gets in those little crevices of the eyelid. And everything right now kind of looks the same color. So that's what we're going to avoid having happen. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use two main colors today. We're going to go into this palette, which I'm such a fan of. This is the Skin by Kim palette. It's very neutral, very matte. Stick with the mattes. It's just a lot better. When you start working with a lot of shimmers, it accentuates the problem areas that you're not happy with. Unless you just have firm, tight, luscious skin, sure, get in the shimmers and have fun with it. But if you really are trying to avoid any problem areas around the eyes, I would avoid shimmers. So we're going to go in with a nude color right here first. We'll probably mix into those three somehow, and then we'll do a light, but we're going to go in with our nude, and we're definitely going to take it up into the crease. This crease is going to allow you to have more structure on your eye. It's going to, for one, lift your eye, and it's going to just give you balance. It's really pretty, and I'm obsessed. So you want to tap it right in the high point, like almost on that brow bone. You want to take it back and forth, just those little wiper motions, and then the excess that's left, take it down the lid. And voila, just a nice, beautiful shadow. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go in with a lighter highlight shade. I have to always have a highlight, and so do you. And you want to lift underneath your brows. So go ahead and take it right at that arch. If you have any like wild hairs that kind of get in the way, then I highly recommend you going and getting threaded versus waxing, depending on, because you might have issues with the wax irritating your skin. But go to someone that can thread your lashes, your eyebrows really well, and get any of the loose hairs. But honestly, you probably don't have a lot of loose hairs, because it just happens when you get older. Things go gray and things start falling out. So we're going to take a little bit of the light shadow as well and do that right here in the inner corner and get some lightness right through there. Same color, same brush that we did a minute ago. Take wipers, go back and forth, and just add in that motion and the depth with that color. You can go a little bit deeper, but we'll find out if that's what you're comfortable with sooner than later. So we're gonna wait on that. So now we're gonna go ahead and go in with our bronzer. Two bronzers, one's high end, one's low end. So I love the Fenty Beauty Warmth Bronzer. It is my ride or die. I am obsessed. It's nice. It doesn't make you look dirty. It just makes you look warm. And that's what we're into. We want warmth. So we have this one, but we also have Revolution, which has also been very, very pretty. And this Revolution is nice. It has a little bit of a sheen to it. So it does have a little shimmer base, but it's okay. It's not too much where it's going to be bad. But we're going to go ahead in with this one today, and we're going to test it out. So I'm going to go in with a brush that has a little bit more of a point to it, just so we can get in the areas that we really need. But we're just warming up the skin. So we're just going to take it right here in the bronzer, and you can see the color. Take it right here underneath that cheekbone. Go back and forth, and you see how I'm kind of holding the brush just so I can get good movement here, and voila, look at that chiseled, honey. I just lost 3 pounds. Okay, now we're gonna do the neck, or the jaw, which affects the neck. Boom, look at this side. Now we're gonna go in right around the hairline, and because your foundation was not taken in your hairline mostly, now it gives you time to take that bronzer up in that area and kind of shrink that forehead a little bit. We don't need as much real estate on our forehead as you think, and we're gonna just copy the same thing we did to that side over here. Now I'm just making sure everything's really blended nice, and that looks really pretty. Same thing, we're gonna just take a little bit down the sides of the nose. We did that concealer a little bit, but doing a little bit of this bronzer down the side of the nose is really nice. Just add some warmth and definition there. We think so far so good. The cool thing is that during a video that you're watching here on my YouTube channel, you can comment while the video is going on. So as things are like hitting you during the middle of the video or something you just want to say, you can type that while you're actually watching. So I do love that feature. Okay, so now what we need to do is talk about these brows. So we're going to go in today with the e.l.f. brow pencil, and I like this one because one, it's inexpensive, but it also has the brow brush on it. Aren't we excited? So we're just going to brush through the brows. Remember, we already did powder. We haven't touched the brows with anything else, so they are pretty set to go. So the one end here has the brow liner itself, and we're just going to go in here. I have some products already on my hand, but you can see that one here, and we're going to do the brows. So we want to lift everything. So my brows have been microbladed. I will have to say, if you're in North Carolina or any surrounding states or somewhere else and you want to fly in, I'll tell you a great hotel to go stay at, and we can go have lunch and you can get your brows microbladed. That would be so much fun. But my girl Rachel here in my area is phenomenal. She's trained a lot of other women too that live in this area as well, and they're now licensed to do microblading too, but she's really great. So anyways, my brows are shaped for my face, and I'll get them done probably every 2 to 3 years as needed. This is actually my second time having them done, but it's going to be hard for me to change the shape of my brows because they're already done. But you want to really carry your brow out when you are having more of that mature skin where you feel like everything's kind of falling. You want to carry it out so your brows kind of go outward, okay? So we're going to fill in the brows a little bit, just little brow hairs, nothing out of this world. Just really just be mindful of soft baby strokes. And again, little strokes. You can already see the product going in. Also, microblading, it definitely has, it's like a tattoo, but it's little fine strokes going through your brows, creating little micro brows, really is what it is, micro hairs. And so now you want to just kind of pull it here. So what I would normally guide you to do is now start taking it in an outward way right here, you know, so it's just going more out. And that way it kind of takes it more to the temple, you see what I'm saying? But mine comes down. But do you see if it did it right there? I'm going to see if I can conceal that a little bit, and it goes out. How awesome that is going to just, boom, lift it up. So we're going to do the same thing over here. You can just see these are little tiny hairs brushed through. She does such a good job. So anyways, she actually did my mom's brows. We did that as a present for my mom. My mom is early 60s, and it looks really good and natural on her. She needs to get it done again, like a touch-up, but it looks really nice on her. This side goes down more than this side. That one goes a little bit more out, so I think that's very interesting. Whoa, that makes a big difference. Okay, we definitely changed the outer part. Concealer makes a world of a difference. So that's definitely going to lift your eye. Now we're going to go in with Stila, which is a black liquid liner, which I actually did that right here, just so you can see. It's just like a felt tip, and it's just nice. So you just want a little felt tip here, and instead of taking your liner and lining and going down, don't do that. It's going to droop. So we want to take it here on the inside and kind of pull up with it. You don't want to create a whole wing. You just want to stop it, but you don't want to stop down here. You want to stop like right here. Okay, so it kind of keeps it going up. So we're going to just take a little bit. We went halfway. And stopped it there. Now you can twist that liner brush and kind of take it on the outside. And you just create a little point there. Just like that. And that just kind of pulls it up. Instead of following that down, you're going up with that. Okay? So we're going to do the same thing. It takes a little time. Okay, so now if you want to go in darker with your shadow, now's the time to do that. So I'm just going to add a little bit more definition. I'm going to pat it right here on the upper part of that lid, right where it gets a little bit fuller. I can even see the older I get, the more that's going to be a problem and droop. So I'm definitely going to always have to add a little bit more shadow there just to set that loose skin back. If your eye needs a little bit more help holding it still, hold it still above and pull up and then look down. We're not going to take shadow underneath the eyes because it's going to make everything fall for you. So we're just going to go in with mascara is one of the next things. And we're just going to take a little bit of mascara in those lashes and be very careful not to get it on the eyelid or the inner corner. And just weave that mascara back and forth. And the same here. Just start working in that mascara. And that's going to give some length there and make that really pretty. And then we'll let that dry down and we'll go in with a second coat. That is one thing when you have not so big lashes. And I notice the older I do get, the more my lashes are getting a little thinner. So it's definitely just treating them really well, conditioning them, doing any lash serums, things like that that you could do that could help. Lash primers really help as well. But just finding the best mascara for you. My friend Courage, she has the tiniest lashes. And she just used this awesome mascara the other day. I'll have to have her put it in the comments because I can't remember the brand. But I looked at her and I was like, that looks fake. Like, that is crazy. And they worked wonders. So just a little bit like that. So we did our brows up, the liner, just a little bit of liner on top, the mascara, and that is perfect. Now we're going to work with our cheeks. So I want you to just go in now and take a cheek color, and we're just doing right on the high points of the cheek. We're not doing anything at the apples. We want to pull everything up. We want the illusion to look like everything's lifted up. I do want you to take a beauty blender for this though, to make sure you are getting a full blend. So take it right at the high points of that cheek and then take it up into that top hairline, into the temple there. And that's just going to also give the illusion that everything's really lifted. Boom. Isn't that so easy peasy? That was the Rare Beauty liquid cheek color, which I love, and I have so much. It's like right down to here. I have so much of this left. It's wild. I love that. And that was the color Happy. So we're going to go in right now with a washcloth, and you're just going to pat your lips. Take as much as that lip balm off as you can. So now your lips are very, very hydrated, and you're going to go in with a lip liner. Today my choice is, I'm going to do the Too Faced, and this is the Lip Injections. Definitely don't recommend always using this. I just think it's a really beautiful color. This one has a little bit of tingle to it, which kind of can be obnoxious, but this is the same color here. But look how beautiful that is. It's just a really beautiful neutral, and I love that. So you want to just put a little bit of color on your lips. A lot of times too, you want color. Like, you actually don't want to do a darker color. You just want like a pink or a red or a mauve. So just do a little bit here. And then we're going to wipe that liner in. Blend it out so nothing looks too harsh. Now that liner is all over your lips. And then this is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is Pillow Talk. It's a very, very beautiful color. And we're going to take this all over the lips. Very pretty. So you can see what I like to do is go in a lot of times with a really pretty neutral to get the base on, and then go in with a really pretty mauve tone, are my favorites. So that is what we're doing here. The next thing that you can do, this is not a hit or miss necessarily, this is a preference, but I do have this palette. This was the Kindle palette that she did with Kylie, and it has a cream cheek and some highlights here, which are really nice. So you can go in with a little bit more of like a sculpted brush here, and this is just a little bit, it's a little bit fluffy, but it's just going to help you like sculpt in the areas that you want. So I like to just go in with a really pretty powder highlight, and you can just highlight a little bit on those cheekbones just to lift that as well, and just add a teeny bit to the tip of the nose. It just adds a little extra touch. This is not bad for you to do. Take it up into the temples here. I know a lot of times women that are older want to still use stuff that are like glowy and dewy, but then some look at that like, oh my gosh, don't do that. That's like for the young girls. Have fun with your products. Just remember, the more your skin ages, the more it looks dry and it looks like it just needs some extra TLC, and you're creating the same makeup look that you were creating in your 20s and 30s, and that is not ideal. But the tips that I gave you today are more for mature skin that definitely are going to come in handy. So I want you to run with this, have fun with this, and I really hope that you loved it. The last thing that you want to do, I'm going to go in with a setting spray. This is from e.l.f. This is a low end setting spray, but it is a Stay All Night Blue Light Micro Setting Mist, and I actually love this. So we're going to shake, and we're just going to get a good mist there all over. And that is it. So take the band off, fluff the hair. I am a big fan of applying makeup the right way for your face. Not every face is the same. If you have a thinner face, you can really structure having more fullness. If you have more of a rounder face, really focus in on thinning the face. So the ways to do that are using the highlights and using the cheek colors and using the contours and really focusing on that. If you ever have questions with your face or tips or advice or colors or brands, definitely shoot me a DM on Instagram. I would love to chat with you about it there. But comment below and tell me that you're going to do that so I can definitely be looking for it. I don't want your message to get lost in the sauce. That would not be good. All right, well, I hope that you loved today's video. I'll get some close-ups for you so you can check this out. But definitely over 50, you can still rock an amazing glam look. Use colors, have fun with that, and I'm so thankful that today we could talk about the basics, and then you can play off of that. Well, if you liked it, let me know. Maybe I can make some more like this. We'll see. But I definitely am embracing it. I'm happy. I'm like, I'm going to be prepared for sure when I need it. I mean, I'm close to 40. Yikes. But I'm excited for it. You know, a little bit more mature you get and live life a little bit more. It's just, you like it even better, you know? So it's really fun. All right, well, have a great day. Be confident with who you are. Go ahead and don't apologize for who you are either. Show up as you and speak out when you need to. And I love you. Love on everybody and share the love of Jesus. And we love you so much here on the Amber Lykins channel. And the Blush Beauty Body Scrub is available on amberlykins.com. Go check that out as well. Amazing, luscious body care products that you are going to love. Cannot wait to get those in your shower or bath so you can start adding that into your skincare routine. Everything's linked below. See you on the next video. Mwah. Thankful that you are here. Let's check out a close-up so you can see, take some screenshots of this. I'm so excited to hear back from you, how this helped you improve your makeup routine. You deserve it all, girl. Go out, get glam, have fun with it.